Hi friends, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudoku and Puzzles. So we are back with the next classic Sudoku for our classic Sudoku series, and this Sudoku has been constructed by Shai. So we have already covered a Sudoku by Shai having simple coloring techniques a few days ago. Now we have another Sudoku which also got a very good feedback, and I really thank the author for giving us an opportunity to cover a video on our channel. And today we will be solving one more classic Sudoku by the author Shai. So before going to the Sudoku, I would really suggest you to check out the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. It has a whole lot of puzzle playlist, Sudoku playlist, Sudoku variants playlist, and classic Sudoku techniques where we cover every, most probably all the techniques that we see in medium to tough Sudokus and even easy Sudokus. So I would really suggest you to check out the channel, check the playlist. You can just segregate, or you can just see the videos as per your own interest, and then do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. It will really motivate us to cover videos on daily basis. And if at all you have a request for any Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, do let us know in the comment below and we'll surely make a video on it. And now coming on to this Sudoku. So this is one of the Sudokus that I have already solved, and it's the logic that is behind this Sudoku is excellent. There is one particular break-in that is really an excellent break-in and not very easily to be seen. So I have not seen that kind of breaking easily in any of the medium or even tough Sudokus, and it is a totally different break-in, I would say. So as we know the classic Sudoku rules, we need to place digits from 1 to 9 in each row, right, each column, and 3 into 3 box without repetition, right? And with that we'll start solving this Sudoku. So we know that okay, 8 and 8 here will give you 8 in one of these two cells, okay, and 3 would have to be in one of these two cells, 1 would have to be in one of these two cells, 6 would have to be in one of these two cells, because 6 cannot be here and cannot be here as well. So 6 would have to be in one of these two cells. That gives you a 6 in these two cells, right, in this box. Same way 6 would have to be in one of these two cells because of the 6 here and 6 here, right? Okay, so which means that 6 would have to be in one of these two cells in this box, and that gives you a 6 here. Now we got our first digit here, 6, and that gives you a second 6 here, right? So maybe we will be able to place these 6s all. No, I don't think so all the 6s can be placed here, but still we are able to place a few 6 here, 1 and 2 at least, and that gives you a 7 in this cell, right? A 7 in this cell and a 7 in this cell, right? That gives you a 7 in one of these two cells. That's nice, a good logic to start with. Okay, so okay, 1 in these two cells, these two cells cannot have a 1, and as well these two cells, so 1 will have to be in one of these two cells. That gives you 1 in these two cells, and you already have a 1 here, so 1 I would have to be here. That's nice. That gives you a 1 in these two cells. Really good start to the Sudoku. Okay, there was a very good logic the 8s here I could see. So when I solved this Sudoku, I got a very good logic with the 8s, and that is I'll just let you know what the logic is. Before that, let us mark all the pencil marks with this row, because this row has already 8 digits filled, 6 digits filled. So the next 3 digits can be written in the cell. The candidates can be written here, and as you can see 8 can be in one of these two cells in this box, and we already know that in box 2 8 is one in one of these two cells, right? Which means that in the column 5, or you can say in two, you can see that in two ways. You can have an x-wing of 8, right, in box 2 and box 8, which means that 8 would have to be in one of these three cells, right? Or you can just see that where can 8 be in column 5. You cannot have an 8 here and 8 here because of this 8 and this 8. That gives you an 8 in one of these three cells. And now the best part of this Sudoku was looking for the 8 in other two boxes as well. So if you see box 6 now, 8 would have to be in one of these two cells, right? A corner pencil mark of 8 will give you in one of these two cells, and same way in box 4, 8 would have to be in one of these two cells. That's a nice logic, right? Again you get a xing of 8. That's a really excellent logic. The way the 8s have been placed is really fascinating, I would say, because if you see now, 8 in these two cells and 8 in these two cells eliminates 8 in these two cells, and you get an 8 here. Or other words, if I say in other way, if we say, where can 8 be in row 5? 8 cannot be in these two cells. 8 cannot be in these two cells because 8 is here and here, and 8 cannot be in these two cells because 8 would have to be in these three cells in box 5. So the only place for 8 goes in R5 C5. That was a really excellent logic, I would say. It's one of the really entertaining logic. It was really fun to see that. And why this is helpful, because now if you see here, this 1 3 and 1 3 gives you a 1 3 pair in this box, in box 5. So you already have a 5 digits here now. That was really awesome to see, right? And that gives you a 7 in one of these two cells, right? And let us mark the pencil marks here. So this would have to be 2 4 2 4 5, right? There cannot be any other candidates here in this cell. The next piece of logic I would say is, try to mark the candidates wherever you have too many digits given. So for example, in this box you already have 5 digits filled, so you need to place the next 4 digits, right? So I would really suggest you to do that in a classic Sudoku, because you won't know where you when you may find a naked single or a hidden single, and that is the only way to find a hidden single. Hidden singles are really difficult to find. Even the candidates, the two I mean to say 2 candidates in a cell, you have only 2 candidates in a cell, and that is also very difficult to find, and that is only possible while when you can write the pencil marks, or when you can write the candidates in each of the every cell where you have too many digits given. So as you can see here, 1 3 8 triple 1 3 pair is here, so only 2 cells were remaining, that is 5 and 9. And these two cells, okay, so 4 5 8 9, right? So you cannot have a 9 and 8. This would have to be 4 5, this would have to be 4 5, and this would have to be 4 5 9. So all the candidates are written here, as well as you can see the candidates in row 1 also we can write. So it is 2 4 5 and 7. 7 cannot be here. This would have to be 2 4 5, this would have to be 4 5 7, this would have to be 2 5 7, and this would have to be 2 4 and 5. Okay, that is done here for now. Let us write the candidates more in a few other boxes where you have digits already given. So you can see this box, this box, this box as well, you have 4 digits already given. And let us see if we get anything else, right? So 5 would have to be in one of these two cells, right? 1 would have to be one of these two cells. So 2 3 and 4, you cannot have a 3 here and 2 here, which means 1 and 4. You can have a 3 here and a 4 here as well, and you can have a 2 and 4. So we have written all the candidates here. Same way in this box, 2 3 4 6 and 9. So 2 6 9 3 4, 2 6, this would have to be 3 4 9, 9 3 2 4 and 6, 3 2 4 6 and 9. Okay, we have written the candidates in this box as well. I'll just let you know why I am writing candidates, because the next piece of logic is really wonderful, marvelous, and that is why I am writing the candidates here. And in other words, if I say in a Sudoku language, if I say writing candidates at one point of time is really necessary. Maybe after looking the grid for nearly 2 or 3 minutes, and if you don't get anything, I would really suggest you to write the candidates here, because maybe you get an viving here. See, if I say so 1 4 3 4, we are not sure if you get a 1 4 I mean to say 1 3 anywhere. If you get a 1 3 anywhere in this these boxes or this boxes, you can have a viving here, and that is only possible when you write the candidates, because seeing the digits without writing the candidates is really very difficult. So with that we'll continue this Sudoku, and okay, so the next part of the Sudoku is to write the candidates in this box as well. So you need 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, right? 7 cannot be here, 9 cannot be here, 2, 5 and 8, 2, 5, 8, 9, 8, 2, 5, 7 and 9. That's nice. 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 7 would have to be in one of these 3 cells, right? And this now box would have to have a, okay, 7, 3, 8, 4 and 6, 1, 2, 5, 9. So 5 and 9 is here 1, 2, and this would have to be 1, 2, 5 and 9. These 2 cells can be 9, 6, 8, 4, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 5. So 2 cannot be here, 1, 3, 5, and 1, 5 cannot be here, 1, 2, 1 and 3 would have to be here. No, sorry, 2 and 3. So I just wanted to say you one thing is that if at all you had a 1 and 3 possibility here, you directly see a wiving here, right? 3, 4, 1, 3 and 1, 4. That means you cannot have a 1 here. The moment you have a 1 here, you will have a 3 here, you will have a 4 here, and that eliminates 3, 4 from both of the the possibility of 3 and 4 from this cell, which means that you would have got a wiving if at all you had a 1, 3 here, but you have a 2, 3 here, right? And now that makes this logic much more, wonderful than wiving. A wonderful logic. It's kind of an XY chain, I would say, and but it is excellent logic, and this logic is awesome. So I wouldn't say it is a wiving, but it's kind of a logic that helps you to see, in a closer look at the wiving, I would say. Kind of a wiving, but it's an XY chain, I would say. So as I already said, if at all you had a 1, 3 here, you got a 3 here, you got a 4 here, and that gives you a 3, 4 here if at all you had a 1 here. Now you have a 2, 3 here, which means that to get the contradiction of having a 3 here and a 4 here, of course having a 3 here and having a 4 here will eliminate both the possibilities of this cell, right? And how to see the logic? So the main point of the Sudoku is how to seek for a logic, the particular intended solve path, and now we have to look out for the contradiction. To find a logic, you need to first look out for the contradiction. The moment you get a contradiction, you get to know that that digit won't be in the particular cell. And to get a contradiction, you need to have a 3 here, you need to have a 4 here. Excellent, right? That will give you a contradiction because this cell cannot be 3 and 4 both. And how can you get a 3 here and a 4 here? Is there any way with the column, with the row, you can get a 3 here and a 4 here? It is possible. And I will say you how. When you have a 2 in any of these 3 cells, just assume, that is an excellent logic, guys. You just stay tuned for the logic I am saying, because it is really a wonderful logic. The moment you have a 2 here, 2 in any of these 3 cells, you will have a 3 here. So one of the target is achieved to get a 3 in this cell, and you need to get a 4 in this cell. To get a 4 here, which means you need to have 1 anywhere seeing this cell, right? So if you have a 1 anywhere in these cells, let me mark these cells. If you have 1 anywhere in these red cells, you will have a 4 here directly. So which means that if you have a 1 here, you will have a 4 here, and if you have a 2 here, you will have a 3 here, which means you will get a contradiction of getting a 3, 4 in both of these cells. That will give you a contradiction in this cell. So the moment you have a 2 in any of these 3 cells, you will have a 3 here, that gives you a 1 here, and that gives you a 4 here. What a chain logic this is, guys. What a chain logic. And that gives you a contradiction because, let me show you that. I was really stunned by this logic. So the moment you have a 2 in any of these 3 cells, let me assume anywhere you have a 2, that gives you a 3 here, that gives you a 1 here and a 4 here. And that behaves like an XY chain. 3 and 4 gives you nothing in this cell. And why that is helpful? Because that eliminates 2 from these 3 cells, right? And now why this logic is helpful will surely amaze you, because now if you see this column, you have a 4, 5, 8 triplet, which means that these 2 cells would have to be 2 and 7 pair. You already have a 2 here, that gives you a 7 here, and that gives you a 2 here, that gives you a 4 here, that gives you a 5 here. And that gives you a superb excellent breaking of this puzzle. That was an excellent breaking, guys, and that eliminates 5 from this cell, a 5 from this cell, a 5 from this cell, and a 5 from this cell as well. What an excellent breaking, guys. And that eliminates that gives you a 2 7 pair here, hidden pair, right? So that eliminates 9 from this cell as well, so you get a 2 7 hidden pair here. Okay, that was an excellent breaking, guys. And why now this is helpful? Because that gives you a 5 in this cell, and this cell eliminates 5 from these 6 cells. You cannot have a 5 here. That gives you a 5 here, and the only possible place for 9 in column 9 is only this cell, right? So that actually solves the Sudoku. That really solves the Sudoku, guys. Because let me see where can we go with the next step here. Okay, that gives you a 7 here, right? 7 cannot be in these 3 cells, 7 cannot be here. That gives you a 7 here. That gives you a 6 here, because 6 has to be in one of these 2 cells, so 6 cannot be here. And this 7 gives you a 7 here. That gives you a 2 here and a 7 here. That's nice, right? And that 5 gives you, eliminates 5 from this cell. Okay, so it is 2 3 and 4, right? 2 3 4, and the remaining digit is 3 here. That eliminates 3 from this cell, right? And now again, one of the very sharp logic here is that you have to look out for 2 in column 3. Where can you have a 2 in column 3? You cannot have here, you cannot have here because of this 2, you cannot have here because of this 2. 2 would have to be in one of these 3 cells. That eliminates 2 from this cell, and that gives you a 4 here, a 1 here, and that gives you a 2 here, a 3 here, a 4 here, and that gives you a 4 here, and that really opens up the Sudoku, guys. And this eliminates 3 from this cell. Okay, and this 2 will give you a 2 here. 1 will not be in any of these cells, so 1 would have to be here. That means this would have to be a 3, this would have to be a 1, and that gives you a 3 in these 3 cells, right? Okay, this 6 gives you a 6 here, and 1 4, so 2 3 5, right? So these cells would have to be 2 3 and 5. 3 cannot be here, 2 cannot be here, and 5 cannot be here, and that eliminates 5 from here. So these 3 cells are 1 4 9, so you get a 1 4 9 triplet already here, and you eliminate 2 from this cell as well. Okay, 1 4 9 5. Okay, 4 is already here, that means you get a 5 here. That eliminates 5 and 7 from this cell. This gives you a 4 here, a 2 here, and 1 4 9, right? So 4 cannot be here, 4 is not here. This gives you a 4 here, and these 2 cells are 1 and 9 in any order, right? And this 4 eliminates 4 from this cell as well, so it is 2 and 3, and this 2 gives you a 3 here, a 4 here. That 3 gives you a 2 here, a 5 here, a 3 here, and 3 and 4, that gives you a 9 here, a 8 here, a 5 here, and a 9 here. Sorry, a 5 here and a 9 here. That gives you an 8 here, sorry, and a 9 here, a 1 here, and a 5 here. That is actually solving the Sudoku, guys. These 2 cells would have to be 2 and 6, so this would be 2 6, and this would be 2. That gives you a 6 here, a 8 here, and a 3 here. That gives you a 1 and 5 here, right? So this would have to be 5, this would have to be 1, and this would have to be a 9. That gives you a 9 here, and that gives you a 1 here, and these 2 cells would have to be 8 and 4, which means this is a 4 and this is an 8. And with that we complete this gorgeous Sudoku by Shai. It was an excellent Sudoku, guys. The way you have to look out for logic is that in any Sudoku, logic is not the way you find the number. Logic is the way you find the contradiction because of one of the digits, and that gives you a confidence that that cell won't have a digit, right? Finding a contradiction is nothing but finding the logic, right? So the contradiction shouldn't be that big in in chains, or in I would say very big movement or looping around, so that it really confuses you. But it has to be very simple. As you can see, we already know how a viving works, and using that logic, it is an xy chain, not a viving, but using that logic we tried to get a 3 year and a 4 year, and that was very easy to see, because you get a 2 year, that gives you a 1 year, that gives you a 4 and a 3 year, and that gives you a direct contradiction here. That is what I usually look out for while solving a Sudoku. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Do like and comment if you want us to solve any other Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.